Greetings everyone. I, Savni Mingavde, on behalf of Symposium VIIT, I welcome you all to an exciting episode of Sim Meet Season 2. Today we have with us a really special guest. She is a CEO at Prayag Hospital Research Center Private Limited. She is the youngest healthcare entrepreneur. She has conducted free plastic surgeries for the acid burn and domestic violence victims. In spite of her non-medical background, she has also been awarded as a doctor's title by the Lions Club. Owing to her unbreakable dedication and excellent entrepreneurship skills, she also made it to the Forbes 30 under 30 list in Jan 2020. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome Ms. Pritika Singh. Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
How are you? I hope you're doing well.
I'm very good. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, we watched your video, and we saw that you were recently tested positive for COVID, and I hope you're doing well and you're safe right now.
I'm absolutely well, absolutely fit and fine.
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to start off with the first question. The lockdown might have increased your workload right now, like definitely. But what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I'm very passionate about what I do. So I enjoy what I do. So it's not like that I'm looking for or I'm waiting for a free time. But yes, definitely. Before leaving my house early in the morning, I prepare myself for the whole day. I meditate, I do EFTs, I work on my particular emotions that might come on my way for a successful day. And I work a lot on myself early in the morning. And when I'm free, I make sure that I run or jog or walk for 10 kilometers per day. It keeps me motivated and it keeps me, fresh for the next day.
That's really good, ma'am, because you're doing something you really like, so you don't need a holiday from that.
Definitely, when I'm home, I feel that I want to go back to my workplace. When I am in my workplace, I feel I'm on a holiday because I enjoy it.
Right. So, ma'am, in a profession like yours, is work from home possible for you? Like, what were the major challenges you faced working from home?
Well, working from home was, see, it's possible to some extent, but I choose to work in my office.
Okay.
And in today's situation, yes, a lot of industries, a lot of offices are operating from home. But in our industry, to some extent, it is possible. But overall, it's not possible. And I personally choose to work in office.
Okay. That's really good, ma'am, and we wish you all the success.
Thank you so
And
much.
ma'am, related to this, it is often assumed कि डॉक्टर के बच्चे ही डॉक्टर का पाथ लेते हैं और वही बनते हैं. So was there any unintentional pressure on you कि मुझे भी डॉक्टर बनना है, or
Mm.
were your goals clear?
Well, to be honest, I had immense pressure. I had family pressure. I had social pressure because everyone is a doctor in my family. My father, my mother, even my grandparents were doctors. So everybody was looking forward because I'm the eldest in the family. Everybody wanted me to
Right.
become a doctor. But unfortunately, books, studying maths and science was not my cup of tea at all. So since childhood, I was very clear with my aim that I want to be like my mother because my mother, she's a doctor, but she doesn't practice. She looks after the management, administration, and the further business increasing part. So I was very clear that I want to do what my mother is doing. And in
Okay.
class 11th, I was introduced to a subject, entrepreneurship. So after studying that subject for a year, it made me very clear that what I want to do in life, that I want to become an entrepreneur at a very young age. But then becoming an entrepreneur doesn't solve, thinking of becoming an entrepreneur doesn't solve everything. You have to have a
Yeah.
goal in life, and you need to have a mission, you need to have some passion, you need to know what you want to do. So yes, in fact, I'm an art student, and when I opted for arts,
Oh.
my family members, my dad's brothers and sisters, they used to treat me as if, so what have you taken in class 12th? Arts. Are you planning to become a housewife? So they used to think that I'm going to become a housewife. My father really wanted me to become a doctor. But then I said, I don't like science. And studying books, maths and science was not my cup of tea at all. So yes, definitely there was immense pressure on me. But I was very clear what I wanted to do. I
That's
always
really
wanted to
good,
join my
ma'am.
family business. I always wanted to join my family business and do what my mother is doing. But the subject entrepreneurship gave me a quite broad spectrum that who entrepreneurs are, what they can do, how they contribute to the country's growth and everything. So yeah, somewhat I was clear, but then later on, the experiences that came in my life, I've gone through like a roller coaster. I have gone through a roller coaster ride throughout my whole college life, and my experiences have built me today. So somewhat I was
That's
very clear
really
what I
good.
would do.
Well, that's really good because most of the people they just like to follow their parents' path without considering what do they like, what do they really like. So that's
Hmm.
really good, ma'am, that you followed your heart. So, ma'am, you're one of the youngest entrepreneurs in the healthcare industry. What were the major challenges you faced?
Well, when you are passionate about something, I don't think you see anything as difficult. And I was really passionate about working in the healthcare sector. And obstacle came in my life. They still come. I face it with very passionate, with extreme passion. I face it, and when you are passionate about something, you don't see your obstacle as difficulties.
So, what do you think is the reason behind less female entrepreneurs in India as compared to the male entrepreneurs?
Well, I would say that every person and every individual has a definition of their own success. I see everywhere women entrepreneurs nowadays. Some are being covered by the media, some are willing to come up in front and share. Like in India, most of the women, they are housewives.
Yeah,
And the women, those who work at home and they look after their house, their kids, the family members' emotional need, and grocery, their health and everything. I think that's beyond a female entrepreneur. And I feel that every woman, whether working in the professional world or working at home, doing the household work, in my eyes, all of them are successful entrepreneurs, because looking after your house, looking after your kids, your husband, your parents, it's it is more than an entrepreneur's work. So maybe they are not highlighted by the media, but I don't think that there are less entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, as compared to men. I feel that every house, every mother who's a housewife, every woman who's a housewife is not less than an entrepreneur.
yes, ma'am. Every mother and woman they work 365 days, 24/7 without any holidays or excuses.
Absolutely.
And I
They
think,
do everything. You have,
yes,
for example, like two brother and sister fighting. So they play a role of HR, you know.
yeah,
Even you have to do the grocery work, they play a role of, the financial management. So
exactly.
I don't think that the women entrepreneur are less. It's the way how you see women. It's
Right.
it's it's a perspective.
True. The world is full of bad and good influences, and I think
Yes.
we should just focus on ourselves and not pay attention to those bad influences, like what you said, management.
Self management is the key to have a wonderful
Right.
day.
With increasing COVID patients day by day, how is Prayag Hospital managing, or how are rather you managing your hospitals?
Well, yes, COVID patients are increasing day by day, but the death rate is very much low in the country, which is a great thing. A
Yeah,
lot of sanitization is taking place as compared to what it was 6 months ago. And the most important thing that we have introduced is, which was not taken care earlier, is the frontline worker safety. That is the most important thing.
correct.
So very minutely, very deeply, we are keeping a track of the health of our employees, health of our doctors, health of our even housekeeping staff, guards, everyone. So the focus has more increased on the safety of frontline workers, and more sanitization, more infection control management is being
Right.
done on day-to-day basis, and less, like once, for example, one patient is admitted, so with one patient there are usually 3 4 attendants, so that we have reduced, so that the cross infection can be can be managed, not much people entering the hospital. So there has been like specific guidelines, who to enter, who not to enter the hospital premises, and yeah, distance is very important. So these are the things we are taking care of.
Good. Let's hope this all gets over soon, by the end of the year at least. And what profound measures are you planning to take in terms of medications post-pandemic?
See, like people have this myth that one day this pandemic is going to be over. I don't think so something like this would happen. COVID-19 is a new disease that has been added. So usually, gradually, slowly and gradually, people will come out of their fear, because we have to live our life with COVID-19. We cannot think that, next month or next year or after 2 3 years, it's going to be over. Definitely, yes, patients will decline, because this is a new addition to the disease. This is a new addition, and we have to live our life with this. So if we talk about the medications, a lot of medications are being successful in the treatment of COVID-19. And I think hopefully we will see a decline in the COVID-19 patients.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for believing in me that I can give an interview and inspire more people.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you so much for that, giving me that platform.
Our pleasure, ma'am. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.